So I'm Kathy, I'm a financial planner, and I happen to have a 21-year-old son, Brady, who is autistic and has a severe intellectual disability. Over the years, I've built a practice and a client base in terms of advice, specific advice to families like my own who have someone with a disability, young and old. And I regularly speak to groups of families and or at conferences on this topic. The key things that we always chat about, typically it often starts with estate planning, and I'm not an estate planning lawyer, but we'll get the expertise of making a will that it unfortunately needs to have a whole lot more complexity than what we do for our neurotypical children, to put the right structures and trusts in place for someone who may never be able to take care of their own financial resources. The second thing that's really crucial is powers of attorney for the parents and or grandparents, and or once our children hit the age of 18, well, they're an adult then themselves, can they make a power of attorney? Some may be able to, because they may have the cognitive processing to understand what it is and that they're giving that, but for some like my son, he could never make a power of attorney, so we have to take a process to work with VCAT in Victoria to actually be appointed as his administrator. At 16, Centrelink comes into play. That navigating that system is very complicated, but we have all the strategies in terms of disability support pension, carer pensions, care allowance, and how do we help families navigate that and manage that to optimise what's possible. Again, that's there to support our kids. Life insurance, we talk about that all the time, because if you've got someone who may have a lifelong support versus, hopefully our ordinary kids up and leave home at 25 and take care of themselves, parents may need more or insurance for longer. So superannuation and tax is another area of expertise, and there are some little gems in the system that actually are there to help support families who have someone who needs to be financially supported for the rest of their life. So working through all of those opportunities and making the most of them are incredibly empowering and very satisfying for the families to think, wow, phew, we've actually ticked a few things off, and we feel like we're actually in control, and some of the worries and the peace of mind, the sleepless nights are gone. This advice and the work that I do with families is incredibly rewarding, because it's so meaningful and really makes a huge difference in the young people's lives or children's lives, and for the parents forevermore, and really makes a difference and takes away a whole lot of the sleepless nights. And I feel incredibly blessed that people will share their story and their family, and we can be on that journey together. And for me, it's incredibly rewarding, and I hope to be able to share that with many, many more families to come.